€20 million. That is the figure now sitting in Birmingham City's decision room, and it changes the temperature of this transfer window instantly. Not because the club cannot afford it, but because committing to it would redraw the internal order of the first team in a single stroke. This is no longer about curiosity. It is about whether the board choose to accelerate the project now or protect the structure they have only just begun to reset. The need is evident even before a name is attached. Birmingham are looking at the wide areas and seeing production without intimidation. The ball arrives, the phase continues, but opposing backlines remain comfortable. What Chris Davies wants is a winger who forces defenders to turn and run, who commits 2 markers instead of 1, and who creates space before the overlap even begins. That type of threat alters midfield behaviour. It keeps central players central and removes the constant drift towards the touchline to compensate. At present, that gap still exists. This is where the situation sharpens. The player is Carlos Vicente, and according to AS, Deportivo Alaves are demanding the full €20 million release clause this January. Birmingham have already made contact. The response has been firm: pay the clause or the conversation ends. Vicente is 26, contracted until 2027, and Alaves are locked in a relegation fight. Weakening their first team before the February deadline is not part of their thinking. Behind the scenes, this is as much about hierarchy as valuation. Birmingham broke a League One record when they signed Jay Stansfield for £15 million. Moving beyond that now would establish a new internal benchmark. Wages, expectations, starting status, everything shifts once that line is crossed. Alaves understand this. That is why there has been no movement. They hold the contract and they hold the leverage. From their perspective, a sale only makes sense if disruption is compensated at the highest level. Viewed through Davies' squad engineering lens, the caution becomes clearer. Kai Wagner and Jean Solis have already arrived. That signals a priority on stability and progression before any explosion. Solis allows the midfield to retain shape rather than stretching itself to move the ball forward. Wagner adds reliability on the flank. Introducing a high-cost winger into that mix would tilt the balance immediately. Vicente would not arrive as rotation. He would arrive with an expectation of the starting 11. That reduces minutes for existing wide options and changes the timing of fullback runs. It also alters how many bodies Birmingham commit into the penalty area because early wide threat pulls central defenders outward. This is why the board are weighing the decision carefully. Spending €20 million now addresses one issue, but introduces several new pressures. It compresses squad depth, inflates top-end wages, and forces decisions sooner than planned. Waiting until the summer, when Alaves may soften their stance, preserves leverage, but delays impact. No compromise is currently being offered. The dilemma is clear. Push now and accept the internal disruption that comes with a €20 million winger, or protect the structure Davies is constructing and wait for the market to bend.